What is going on, guys? I am the Alternate, and today I'm doing my top 5 B&M hypercoasters that I've been on. Now, these are very quality rides. Some are more forceful than others, but they are just generally quality rides, and I love them. And all of the ones I've been on, I would say, are must rides at the park. So without further ado, let's get into this top 5 B&M hypercoasters that I've been on. Alright, coming at the number 5 spot is a ride that unfortunately I have to tell a very embarrassing story. Now, long before I ever went to Carowinds, like right when Fury was constructed, I was looking at the POVs of Fury and the POVs of Intimidator. And because I love Diamondback so much, I actually thought I would be one of the weird enthusiasts who would like Intimidator more than Fury. Now, I was wrong in 2 accounts. First off, Fury was absolutely amazing. When I saw the POVs, I just saw it meandering around, and I was like, oh, that's probably not exciting, but it was absolutely amazing. And then 2, Intimidator was boring. And I hate to hate on rides, but I got a couple of rides front and 2 back throughout the day on this ride, and I just didn't enjoy it as much as I thought it was. As a matter of fact, you're going to see my head, sort of meander around just trying to get a nice view of the park because I wasn't enjoying the ride that much. But this is still a good ride. I would say this is the smoothest ride on this list. It's definitely something I would need to give another look. But after the airtime on Diamondback, I think I just expected this one to be a little more forceful in that department, and I don't think it was. But this POVs, like all of them, are going to be windy. So just be sure to turn down your volume. And yeah, that's the warning I have to give you guys. Number 5, Intimidator, 232.
We're coasting. You're too late now. Oh, okay. That was a quick prayer. And we're about to get pulled over. Yeah! Why are you closing your eyes? What are your favorite rides? I'm about to take a nap.
You could hear me say that I was bored on that POV. Just going back and watching it was really funny. All right, coming in at the number 4 spot is the one that I have done the most, and it is going to be Diamondback at Kings Island. Now, this one I would say has the strongest first half and the strongest airtime out of all of these. However, the second half, just the airtime isn't really, I don't want to say non-existent. It's just nowhere compared to the first half. And I just feel like all the other rides above this list are just, more quality in terms of their views and everything else that makes these rides better than number 4. I will say, though, this definitely does have the best airtime. And, I made a video a long time ago when I was a baby about how bad of a rattle this thing had. I did it a lot more times, got over that. Although, however, I just still think that the airtime in the first half isn't enough to put this hyper above the rest of the ones on this list. It's Diamondback at Kings Island, my home park, and I've done it so many times. It's still definitely a great ride, but I do prefer the ones above this on this list.
You guys are up and out of here. Enjoy your ride.
It is freezing here today. Well, we got a front row Diamondback ahead of us. Oh man, it is cold. This is going to be really cold. So front row Diamondback, I know the coaster fan said that is the place to be. So let's see how it goes. No lines for the rides here yet again today. Here we go. Hopefully it's not crawling because it's cold. Front row Diamondback. Oh boy. bad it's really cold outside, but that was a great ride in the front. My arms are freezing. Wow, that was great. And it wasn't crawling, so that was good.
All right, next up on this list and coming in at my number 3 spot is a ride that I don't want to say was overhyped, but I feel like the setting over the water, it can only take it so far, and that's Mako. Now, this ride did have some good airtime. I got to do it lots of times throughout the day, and I'm not even putting in the fact that it had one train ops to account when I'm putting this on this list. But I just felt like after the airtime moments, after that mid-course, the ride sort of meandered around. There was one moment of sideways airtime that I loved every time. I was like, oh, that's really cool. But I do believe I got to do this 6 times throughout the day. And I thought it would have delivered a little bit more for everybody saying that it's their best hyper. It is in a beautiful location, but I feel like the second half of the ride just sort of meanders around. And that's going to be, have I even said the name? Mako, sorry, at SeaWorld Orlando. And I really enjoyed this when I went there, although I even put Manta above this ride just because of how intense Manta was. But at number 3 on the spot is Mako at SeaWorld Orlando. And just really quickly, because this one is over the water, I'm going to put in an extra wind noise warning just because of how loud it is being over the water. But enjoy POV of Mako.
About as tall as Diamondback, that's all I know. I didn't know where.
That leaning forward?
Yeah, it makes the first drop in the front so amazing.
Oh my God. Guy told me to do that one day.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to come out this thing. Man.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
I wasn't in my seat half the
That's called airtime, Mom. When I say airtime, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's better than Diamondback in the front. No.
Then again, when you weigh like 90 pounds,
That was nice.
All right, now I actually do not have POVs for the next couple of 2, and I'm sure this is going to stir up a little bit of controversy, but at my number 2 spot, we have Goliath. Now imagine Diamondback with a strong first half, but with an even stronger second half. This ride was absolutely amazing, and this part blew me away because the second halves of these rides are normally typically slow. But this one, just the airtime over the last hills, was just very, very fun. And even going into the brake run, there's a couple more airtime moments. Now, like I said, I do not have a POV of this ride, but this ride was just really fun. It wasn't the smoothest, and I was really expecting this Helix to be as good as the number 1s. But however, it wasn't. But this was still definitely a great ride. And yeah, number 2 is going to be Goliath. And then I think it comes over here. Got to. All right, now at the number 1 spot is a hyper that I have heard they hated on a lot, and I will preface by saying that it's been at least 4 years since I've ridden this. My Six Flags Great Adventure trip was my first roller coaster trip ever, and this was so long ago. But the Helix on Nitro alone was what threw me off. I basically got off and was like, okay, that's as good as Diamondback, but that Helix makes that elite. I remember having my hands up and being forced to put them down. I absolutely love Nitro. When I rode it, it was butter smooth. I've heard that it's not like that anymore. And some people even say that it doesn't have airtime, but I remember there being airtime on this ride. And I think this ride, intensity of that Helix and the airtime of the Hyper just definitely deserves this number 1 spot on my list. Alright, so that is going to do it, guys. Be sure to let me know if you have any discrepancies in the comments with the list, and let me know your own. But be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at TAYT_INSTA, Tate_Insta. I do have tons of pictures from the parks I go that I upload there, as well as announcing when I'm going to be uploading these videos. So without further ado, I will see you guys in the next video.
Can you catch me?